Hello, hello. We are back with Gamebound Dungeon World, and we're going to find out what happens when the end is near. So, I think we start off with a shot of the great forest that we've become all so familiar with. Anyone who's played a game of Dungeon World with me has been in this forest. So, I think what we see is the outskirts of it. So, we see I think we see a logging town at the edge of the great forest, and it's not super small, but not super big either. It's just kind of a nice medium town. Obviously, it centers on logging, and I think we see nearby a castle. It's not the nicest looking castle in the world. It's just kind of run down. It's obviously occupied. It has a flag flying from it, but the flag itself is also kind of worn down. It's obvious that whoever lives here, whoever's like the noble of this town and like the lives in the castle, doesn't take care of it very well. And I think we see four individuals making their way into town. Now my first question for you is, are you coming from the forest or are you coming from away from the forest? What were you doing before this?
Probably preparing for the end.
But where are you doing that?
Oh, here and there. The end comes to everywhere after all.
Okay, yeah, so I think we maybe see you guys coming from the road, like leading away from the forest. So wherever you were, I mean, it's not as important, but I think we see, we see you individually just kind of like walking and we get like shots of each of you as you kind of come into town. And so there's like a palisade around the town, so I think you're getting close to the palisade. Who's in front? Who's leading? Who's leading the way?
Probably me.
Okay, yeah. So what do we see from Azari Veora? Like, what does he look like? What's her bearing like?
I mean, she's a halfling, so she's very short.
Mm-hmm.
She's got like white hair. Like one side of it is like braided, but the rest of it's very like unruly and like not like unkept, but just very like curly.
Sure.
And then she's got this like I think she has chainmail, so she's wearing like probably the same armor that she wore in the military.
Okay. So have you kept up your armor or have you let it go?
I think she has.
Okay.
Because she's not like too keen on the whole being a soldier thing, but she still knows that she's a fighter and that her armor is very important to that part of her.
Now, do you still wear like the tabard of your regiment? Like, are you visibly in the army? Like still wearing the signs of it, or have you like taken those off?
Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if there's like smaller indications of her like previous time in the army, she would leave those as part of the armar, but
right. So anyone who's looking
like
closely
a huge
enough,
banner
right,
saying that like I was part of the army.
Yeah, you're wearing a flag. You have
yeah,
just kind of like waving your flag around as you walk up. So yeah, I mean, someone who's looking closely at your armor could probably tell that you're an actual soldier, but it's not immediately noticeable. So who is next in the party? Who's walking behind Azari?
Probably Sybil, I would think.
Sybil?
That's what I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So what does Sybil look like? And how is she kind of walking behind Azari?
She's
of like a slightly taller height, like not compared to,
but
sorry,
not too much. Sure.
yeah, like
So
like
she's a
average.
very short human.
Very short human.
No, she's a slightly taller human. Like,
Oh,
she's not-
okay.
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Got it. I was just thinking about in comparison to
So was
okay.
I. It's like she's like 4 feet tall. Because I'm 3 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah. She's got her just kind of walking beside her.
Are you visibly a druid? Like, are you like really naturey? Or are you like Leesig, who does not look like a druid at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I feel like not as much as she could be, but
Okay.
like I think you can kind of tell, like she's wearing her weathered hide. It kind of looks a little bit naturey, but
Mhm.
it's not
Yeah, I mean,
full on.
you probably fit in nicely. I mean, nobody looks like they're from the city around here, so yeah, you probably fit in fine. But you don't look like a hippie, so that's there's that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're walking behind, and so yeah, who's next in line? You're muted, Josh.
Eyes is rather close to Sybil.
Okay.
And if Sybil is comically tall in comparison to the halfling up front, Isa is comically tall just in general.
Okay.
At 7 feet 8, it's hard to
Oh
say
my
that he's a
gosh.
short man.
Whoa.
So creepy.
You're like cell phone bars, just like going up.
Pretty much.
So, are you wearing the mask that is in your picture here?
No.
Okay.
No. So he's wearing a bear skin with the skull down over his face. And it's a fairly large bear skin, and his head's not all that big compared to his body, so he's peeping out the nostrils of the bear skin.
Okay. Are you saying that like the bear is noticeably smaller than you?
Well, no, I mean, it's a large bear.
Okay.
Just his head is noticeably smaller than maybe it
Okay.
should be.
I see. Yeah, I was getting it mixed up. So, you have a cat, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What do they look like?
Beast is a scruffy tabby cat.
It's literally like an actual like domesticated cat.
Kind of.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, not domesticated, but
So,
like a house
don't try
cat
to
size.
Beast.
Right.
Yes. It's basically just an American short hair.
That's amazing.
As opposed to like a giant mountain lion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
But it's walking along, probably even in the lead of the group,
Okay.
as if it owns everything it sees.
Sure. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, sure. So we have this giant man with his pet cat. And then yeah, we see Ariel. What does Ariel look like in the midst of this group?
Ariel is kind of like trudging behind them, like
Mhm.
clearly really not wanting to be there,
Okay.
but trying to put on a face like, okay, yeah, this is fine, like no big deal. And she yeah, I mean she's more of an observer, so she's just kind of like in the back, like kind of observing everybody.
Sure, yeah. So I think you guys get up to the gate and we see, I mean, there's a sentry in front of the gate. This is again a wooden palisade. It's very obvious it's a logging town. Everything you do is about logging. Yeah, there's like a lazy kind of sentry who's kind of like you can kind of tell he's had a bit to drink. There's like a half-finished bottle just kind of like laying against the palisade, and he's sitting on a stump and just kind of like not really there. But then he kind of like suddenly, like, how do you guys approach, I guess, is the question. That'll kind of determine how he reacts to you.
I mean, Izari is like with like she's still kind of stuck in her like soldier gait, like the way she
Yeah,
walks, so she's
sure.
like marching.
You're literally marching up to the
Her
gate.
chainmail is like clinking.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I think Like,
And I think
Mhm.
as soon as Anna sees this guy sort of dozing,
Uh-huh.
sort of being slobby, he just walks straight up to
right,
the
of
man,
course, of course.
full height, looks down at him. You are not prepared.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
You would know if you were prepared.
Prepared for what? Are we under
Prepared
attack?
for the end.
The end. And he tries to like grab his spear and it's like a little bit away from him, so he kind of like falls over and just like trying to grab his spear like, oh no, we're under attack. Oh no, what have I done?
I want to like I wanna
you will
pull-
not be a survivor when the end
I want to
comes.
pull like Anna back and be like, that actually means something here. Don't say those things.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like grabbing for a spear and he like grabs it and like points to that. I mean, I guess Azari's now in front, so like he's just pointing at you and he's like, oh, yeah, you're a halfling. What's going on? Who are you?
Izari introduces herself. She's like, I'm Izari Veora, former halfling soldier.
Wait, you were formerly a halfling, or you're not?
Former
Are you still a halfling?
soldier for the halfling military.
Oh, right. So we should come up with a name for the halfling military. Let's see, army name generator.
Oh goodness. There's gonna be one too.
Oh yeah, there's definitely one. Let's see. Okay, yes. Okay, the halfling army is called the Covert Company.
The covert.
The Covert Company, yeah.
Because they're tiny.
Yeah, because they're tiny. They're very
Why do I
covert.
feel like this just turned into an episode of The Office?
Well, I mean, company is a name for armies. Too.
Band of people.
Like a mercenary group or whatever, yeah. So yeah, the Covert Company. So, yeah, so he says you worked for the Covert Company.
She nods.
Are you attacking us?
She like laughs and is like, no.
Well, what? Why do you have a giant with you? Why is he telling me to prepare for the end? What's going on?
She kind of like just waves in Anna's direction. It's just like, don't listen to him. He spouts nonsense like that all the time.
It's true.
It is true. The end is near.
No, that's not true. The end is not near. It's very far away, and it's not going to happen because of this stupid war.
Then you will not be prepared, and you will not survive the end.
Right.
Sure, buddy. Cool. Yeah, so how's Sybil reacting to this whole situation here?
Just kind of like watching it happen.
Just watch. Yeah. You've probably seen this whole sort of thing happen before.
I think Beast has walked up and starts rubbing on the guy's leg.
Right. Yeah, this guy's just so confused. He's like, well, if you're not here to conquer us, then what are you here for?
What are we here for?
We're
That is the
here.
question.
I mean, I would just assume that maybe we're just traveling, trying to find work.
Right, yeah, you're looking for a job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're just trying to find work and a place to stay in between.
And to prepare for the end.
No.
All right. Let's have someone make a roll here to like convince this guy that you're not gonna like kill everybody in the town.
Not me. 'cause I
Yeah.
have
Does
zero
anyone
charisma.
have a particularly good charisma?
Nope.
Yes.
Really?
No.
Anna doesn't have a bad charisma.
Okay. Yeah.
Charisma's not his lowest stat. It's 12, which is pretty good by comparison.
What's Sybil's? Just curious.
8.
Okay.
Lower
I
than
have
me.
a 12 in charisma, so I have a 0.
You guys have the
modifier.
same then. Anna and
And
Ariel have the same.
I have a mechanic
Mm-hmm.
that when I work with my animal companion on something it's trained in. Oh,
Yes,
not
you can't.
trained in
Unfortunately,
parlaying.
can't. He's not trained in parlaying. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was something he was trained in. Not
Yeah.
just it can help me on rolls. Oh well.
I'd say I do have parlay actually.
Yeah, everybody does. It's a basic move.
Oh, it's a basic
Um,
move. Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to see if he could get a cat to help him diplomatize.
Oh.
I think Ariel is probably the one trying to convince this
Okay.
dude. That makes sense.
So
Yeah, I think this is
do I roll
parlay.
parlay.
Yeah, go ahead
Okay.
and click parlay. You're trying to.
Oh dang! Yep.
Nice.
When you have leverage on a GM character, manipulate them, right? So you're just like, yes, they ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise first. So basically, right, like this is like you're trying to like convince this guy that you come in peace and
We're not gonna cause trouble.
not going to cause trouble. Yeah, and I mean, and you succeed handily, Ariel. So what do you say specifically to convince this dude?
This drunk dude.
Yep.
How drunk is he?
Like half drunk?
Okay, that's not too bad.
No. He's not wasted.
There's a big difference between mostly drunk and all drunk.
Yeah, I think
Mostly
I just
drunk means partially sober.
Mostly drunk means partially sober.
Yep, there it is.
I'm just like, sir, I'm so sorry. This is my weird brother, and he just has some really weird viewpoints. Please, we're really just trying to seek refuge. We're trying to just let's find a place to stay tonight. Maybe find a job for a day or two, and that's it.
Right. And you promise not to cause any trouble.
Cross my heart.
Somehow I don't believe it when Ariel says that, but
I mean, he's half drunk, so he doesn't
yeah,
know.
no, he does. He does definitely believe you. Yeah, so he I think he just nods slowly and he says, "Well, if you're looking for a job, there has been some trouble with druids recently that they don't like us logging their forest."
Really?
Ariel looks at Sybil.
Everyone turns around and looks at Sybil.
You don't say. Trouble with druids, huh? What have they been doing?
Preparing for the end?
No, brother, shush.
Something like that. Well, they've been. I mean, we're just logging the forest like we do to sell, and they're having some issues. Apparently, this part of the forest is sacred or something, and yeah, there's some troubles. We've tried to diplomatize. We tried to buy it from them, but they wouldn't let us. That it wasn't a thing that they would do. So yeah, I mean, you might. I would talk to Lord Baldarian in the castle over there. Maybe he could give you some work. I don't know if he's gonna have you talk to them or just like kill them. I don't know, but
yeah, we'll see. Well, thanks for letting us in. Bye-bye.
yeah, you're welcome.
I just like shove everybody in. I'm like, get in,
Yeah.
go.
We're done with this.
I don't want to sleep in the forest again tonight.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with the forest. You'll always have to sleep in the forest at the end.
That's very not true.
Yeah, so you guys enter this like logging town, and the streets are dirty. It's muddy. It just rained recently, so everything's just covered in mud. Like it's just mud everywhere. You see like some children just kind of like playing in the mud and like hitting each other with sticks, and you know, like as like a game or whatever. And yeah, you see like just as you're kind of like walking around, right, you see like an inn. You see a like this place where there's obviously like join the whatever logging company and like, you know, make your fortune today sort of thing. There's that like building, and
We
then
want you.
yeah we Loggers Incorporated wants you. So and I think like one thing that stands out to you as you're just kind of like walking through the village is you see a fortune teller as well. It's like Madame Blueshine is her name, and yeah, Madame Blueshine, yeah. Yeah, so what do y'all want to do? Like, you head straight to the castle to try to talk this dude about a job, or?
I think Izari suggests that because she's like, I just want to like have something to do because she's in the mindset of like.
Now, do you suggest that, or do you just order it?
I think she orders it, but it might not like come off very well because it's literally like what she's used to, like the tone of voice and the way of speaking that she's used to hearing.
Right, so you're just like to the castle.
It is like an order, yeah.
But like it's unsure to you guys whether or not she just ordered you to do that or
yeah.
I just kind of look around. I'm like, okay.
I think Anna just complies. He's not really wanting to be trouble.
So everybody just kind of goes along with it and just like, all right, just go with the halfling, I guess. Yeah, so you guys kind of walk through town and make your way to the other side of town to like where the castle is. So you kind of like make your way around here. And yeah, there's like, and so this castle isn't made of stone. It's made of wood. It's like a palisade castle. And because that's what they use around here to build things is wood.
So if some big bad beast were to come along, he could huff and puff and blow it down. Then it would truly be the end.
I mean, beast isn't big or bad, so.
It's true. You don't have to worry about beast doing it. Yes, you guys make your way. I mean, maybe we just cut straight to the conversation with the Lord Balerion. So you guys are sitting in a kind of shabby sitting room. It's dimly lit, and he brings out some like watered down beer for you guys. Just kind of like sets it in front of you, and he seems really stressed. So he's an older dude, probably like 50s, 55, something like that, and he's balding. And he just looks really stressed. He's kind of wiry and thin. And he comes over after like setting down beers in front of you guys. And he's like, I appreciate the way you're coming and asking about this whole situation. We haven't had any adventurers come through. And I do have to say it's very nice to have some dangerous looking individuals that can maybe deal with this situation for me.
Dangerous looking? Anna is tame as a rabbit. Rabbits make good food.
Sure.
Especially when you slaughter them.
Is there someone else I can talk to besides this big scary man?
I would just like to point out that I'm using prestidigitation to clean the floor around me.
Okay.
Just like I'm not about all this dirt.
Okay, sure,
right now.
Yeah. Well, here, let's see if there's actually.
It's a cantrip.
I'm curious as to how this works. Yeah, do you have to?
I don't think I have to roll anything.
You might have to. I don't remember exactly how. I think you do because.
Really, it's just a cantrip.
Right, but spells work slightly different. Yeah. So go ahead and roll cast a spell. And let's see how well you do at cleaning the floor.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So the spell is cast, but choose one. You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot. The spell disturbs... Oh, and so this is you choosing this. The spell disturbs the fabric of reality as it is cast. Take -1 in going to cast a spell until the next time you prepare spells.
I think I just draw unwelcome attention. It sounds like a large vacuum. Like,
right, it's just really annoying. Yeah. Sure.
I'm like, sorry, it's dirty.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, you just do that. And yeah, so he was like in the middle of saying, "Is there anyone else that I can talk to?" And then and you're like cleaning up this, and he just like seems frazzled. He's like, I don't know what to do.
She thinks you are not prepared for guests.
Clearly not.
Will you take the job?
How much did it pay?
Oh, I'm sure I could scrape together something. How much would be a good? What do you think?
A castle. Maybe a small castle. Would be a good place to weather the end.
Well, unfortunately, I only have this castle, so that's not really an option.
I do not want this castle. It is dirty.
Clearly.
He looks hurt. This castle has been in my family for 3 generations, and
Your mom would be really disappointed that you haven't upkept it very well.
I'm sorry, are you going to insult me all day, or are we going to get down to business here?
Mm,
Ooh, I like that first option.
Are you taking the job or not?
What race is this guy?
He's a human. They're all humans here.
Okay. Okay.
We're all humans here.
For the end.
I mean,
how
yeah,
much are you gonna pay us?
I asked
And
you what
what
you
exact-
wanted besides a castle.
What exactly do we have to do? Do we have to kill anybody? Do we have to?
Well, there's a coven of druids nearby, a grove. They've been having issues with our logging operation here, and it is vital to the economy of the area, so we can't just stop the logging operations. The town would go bankrupt. But it's hard to reason with people who don't get along in civilized society. And so obviously he hasn't noticed that Sybil's a druid, right? Yeah, so you look pointedly at Sybil, Ariel?
No, I actually look at Anna.
Oh, right. Of course.
He's busy scratching his chin and just not paying attention to the conversation anymore.
Right. Well, I can't insult him anymore.
yeah, I think Izari like interrupts while
Okay.
he's like explaining. She's like, "Yes, we'll take the job."
Wonderful. Good. So basically, talk to them, and if things go wrong,
Slaughter them!
I wouldn't use those exact words, but maybe you will have to use force to convince them that this is not a good idea, and maybe they could go somewhere else. So, Sybil, how are you reacting to this entire situation?
She's obviously like bothered, and it's
Right.
probably like you can tell,
Uh-huh.
but she's not gonna do anything. She's probably just gonna not say anything at all,
Yeah,
but just like be fuming inside.
sure. Yeah, love you, Adam. Okay, cool. Yeah. So he says, we can discuss payment afterward, right?
It better be a good amount, or else there will be pain.
Pain
I'm
will be
sorry. Are
pain.
you threatening me?
She said paying! You will pay us, yes?
Yes, I will pay you. Yep. Everything you
Better.
come again. Just kind of like, bye now. All right, yeah. So, how do you guys want to go about this? He gives you
Did they tell us?
the location of the grove. How do you approach it, right?
So, I mean, would this be like Sybil's like group of druids, or
I don't think
Is she
so,
from
but you
somewhere
could
else?
roll. Sybil, do you want to roll spout lore to see if you know anything about these druids?
7?
Okay, so you know something interesting about them. Maybe not useful, but Let's see. Druid circle generator. Here we go. What is this circle of druids about? Generate your druid circle name now. Let's see. Oh, this is a cool name. So they're called the Becanna Edune. And
The banana dudes.
no. The Becanna Edune. So they are a I mean their whole thing is protecting the sacred pool, obviously. There is a sacred pool in this section of the Great Forest it's been here for a really long time. It was enchanted by a powerful druid in days gone by, and it is basically like a very important spiritual center for the druids. And so the Becanna Edune have been tasked with protecting this for however long it stays here, forever, basically.
Until the end.
Until the end, yeah. And you don't know much more than that, but you know about them. You're like, oh, okay, this must be the Becanna Edune. Yeah. So I assume you share that with your party members. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Then they must be
No idea.
getting dangerously close to that pool if they're retaliating against the loggers.
Yes, they're getting dangerously close to it.
Well, that sucks. We should go.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Isari's not good at like she's not good at like I don't know what I'm trying to say. She's not good at like diplomacy, so she just kind of suggests to Sybil, like, I mean, all you need to do is like talk to them, right? Like, you're a druid, like you can convince them.
To which I'd probably be like, no, that's not really how it works
Right.
at all.
Like, the problem is, right, like, you would have to convince the Becanna Edune to abandon this incredibly sacred
Yeah.
pool, and that's not gonna happen.
So then, what do we do if you're not on board with killing them or telling them to move? It kind of defeats the whole purpose of us taking this job.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just leave. Like, we don't have to do the job. We just ignore it.
Since like Isari is like the leader of this whole group and like, right, I'd imagine that she wouldn't want to just drop everything, be like, no, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, no,
Right.
she's glad that she like found something to
Yeah.
like do.
Not
Yeah,
everybody
there's
wants to
something to
hire
believe
an
in.
ex member of the covert company.
Yeah.
They have a weird reputation around these parts.
Yeah, and since like we have like a bond, and so I feel like she would kind of like just be unhappy with whatever is chosen. Like and depending on like what is done, like if it's chosen to just like fight them, she probably wouldn't be very helpful in fighting. Because like for her sense of like what would be the most helpful thing to do, she would probably not want to help her group, but she wouldn't want to go against Isari, so it would be like conflicting. And then
Sure.
and she personally wouldn't be able to convince anyone of anything, and would and also doesn't think that it works like that, and like thinks that they would agree to anything at all. So she doesn't really know. She's just like,
Yeah, and so,
you
like,
could
you don't know...
convince Anna. Anna is impressionable.
It's true. You don't know a whole lot about the Becanna Edune, so like maybe there's some other thing that could be done here. Like you're just acting on the information that you know. Yeah, I guess the question is, right, do you start with like a conversation, or do you just break into the druid circle and start killing people?
I'd hope not that.
Right. So would Sybil at least suggest, like, we have to talk to them first at least?
Yeah,
Okay.
but she wouldn't suggest that she talks to them.
Okay. It's like, we should talk to them, but I don't want to do it.
By we, I mean you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so who would be in charge of having a conversation with these druids?
I will speak to them. Make sure they are
I was gonna
prepared.
say Izari would like feel like she's in charge of talking to them, but she wouldn't be the one to actually do good at that, so she'd probably try to, and then someone else would hopefully take over.
Or maybe Anna just starts talking about them about the end, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Yeah,
think that's exactly how it's going to go down.
Oh, I think so,
Somebody
yeah.
very specifically gets in his way.
Yep. So yeah, you guys just go into the forest then, I guess. Go towards the circle. Okay, yeah. So you end up in a on like a game trail, and you can see in the ahead of you, so a slight like ethereal light coming from like a grove beyond this. You know you're getting close, and an elf with a bow just kind of like drops down from the trees and is suddenly in front of you, pointing a bow at your chest. Is Azari?
It's druid.
You look prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, I think Izari instinctually pulls out her axe and just like holds it up just to defend herself.
Yeah. Yeah, and so this elf, it's a woman, I think, is pointing an arrow at you, and she says, "Who are you? And why do you bring weapons here?"
I am Anna, and I am here to make sure that you are preparing for the end.
What end?
The end! It is coming. This world will come to an end, and you must be prepared.
Ariel's rolling her eyes in the background.
So
Do not roll your eyes. I can hear it when you do.
I think what happens is the druid like kind of like drops their bow a little bit, and they look at you. You've heard of the end too?
Oh no.
I have, and I have been preparing.
Izari like raises her eyebrows, like what?
Like
Why
I
is
like
this
let out
happening?
like a loud puff of air, like
Do not do it. I can smell your breath when you do that.
And yeah, I think she says, "What portents have you seen?"
The skies, they grow dark sometimes. The sun is not there. And sometimes the moon is not there.
And she seems to like get this, so she's like, "Oh, okay, you're just crazy." And she says,
I was standing middle of the day when all of the sudden the sun isn't there and it is dark, but light all around but where I was.
"Right." And so
The world is coming to an end and we must prepare.
she immediately perks her interest again, right? She was like, "Oh, okay, it's not. Oh, wait, what?" And yeah, she says, "I had a similar thing happen to me only last week. It was as if I was suddenly in the middle of a field when I was just walking through the forest, and surrounding me were elves of the tribal variety, the plains elves. They were riding strange beasts. There was a dragon among them, and then I was back in the forest, like nothing had ever happened."
That does sound like the end. Strange beasts, you say?
Yes, strange.
Beast is right here. He is not strange. No more than me.
Is that a cat?
That is Beast. Do not pet Beast. Beast tries to pet back with his claws.
She just seems, she's like, "I want to like talk to you about cool end of the world stuff, but like I don't know if I want to talk to you ever again." So yeah, does anyone else save her from this conversation, or
Sorry, just puts her axe back. Like
Uh-huh.
she probably has some kind of like hold for it, like on her back or something.
again, I guess the elf says, "So you are here to warn us of the end, correct?"
I
Yes.
warn everybody about the end.
What did you say, Ariel?
I said, yeah, so you should move. What?
She says, "What do you mean, move?"
I mean, it's not safe here. So you should go somewhere else.
Well, we can't. I think I should take you to meet with our elders. They could probably explain this better than I could. Hurry, come this way. And she starts like walking up the game trail again towards the grove. You guys just follow her?
Guess
Yep.
so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys. Mhm.
I think I'm gonna have Beast wander around, scout for us, kind of where the logging is relative to the pool, and
Nice.
also where the food is, like where the storehouses are.
Okay, where the logging storehouses are, or the
No, the
druids?
storehouses of the druids,
Okay.
where the druids
They
keep
have
their
them?
supplies.
Yeah. Let's see. What would you be rolling for this?
Probably command.
So I don't know if command.
Or does
command is
that
not
not
something you
work as
roll.
well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Whoops,
just a
wrong
thing
button.
that happens. So let's see. I think.
Or wait a minute, the mechanic isn't there actually. It looks like the mechanic is that if I'm scouting, the beast can also scout with
Right.
me.
So what I think is happening, I think you're
That's
rolling
fair.
discern realities, and you're adding its cunning to your roll. So you're gonna closely study a situation, right? Like get a lay of the land and see what's going on here. And you can ask me some questions.
Okay.
So what is your beast cunning? 2?
2.
Yeah. So you can add 2 to this roll.
Oops.
It is still a failure. Unfortunately, a 2 does not help you. So
Ready for some lies?
What do you mean, Anna cannot discern reality?
So yeah, ask me one of those questions, but I will lie to you. But obviously, Anna thinks this is the truth.
That's a good question to ask. How prepared are they for the end?
How prepared are they for the end?
I guess in terms of what Anna actually wants to know with that question, Anna wants to know, do they have a lot of stores of food and stuff?
Right. So like, what here is useful or valuable to me is probably
Yeah, that
a
works.
specific one. Yeah. Yeah. I think they have a scarcity. I think that's what you find. They're not ready for the end, for sure. They're really like, yeah, underprepared. You can't find storehouses, and you know that you should have been able to find them. Like if they were there, you would have found them. So you're like, oh, disappointed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think you guys walk into the grove, and you see some like elves and humans, and they're just kind of like sitting around meditating in like a circle. There's like a sweat lodge around nearby, and then there's obviously this sacred pool. It's like in the center of this like grove. And yeah, they're kind of like sitting around it meditating. There's like 4, 2 men and 2 women. 2 are humans, 1 man and 1 woman are humans, and 1 man and 1 woman are elves. And yeah, they're sitting there contemplating something. And the elf huntress that kind of like led you over here is she just kind of like stands next to them and like kind of folds her hands in front of her, like, this might take a little while, like we should wait. Do you guys wait?
I just whisper, I'm like, Can we go in the pool?
Can you go in the pool?
Oh no.
Is that what you asked?
I mean, to be honest,
I mean,
Anna was
I
considering
think it's more
bathing his
like just
kids
like
in
a
the pool,
curious
so-
question. Like, are you allowed to touch the water?
She looks at you. No. Don't you dare try that.
Okay.
It's sacred.
Okay. Noted.
Anna looks up from
mhm.
where he's got a water skin half filled. What do you mean? a
Wait,
secret?
really? Wait a second. You actually did that? Oh.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I had a double take there. I didn't realize what you were saying. Okay. Wow.
How?
Roll to defy danger.
When did you do that?
Anna, roll to defy danger. Plus your let's see. This is with your wisdom through mental fortitude. You gotta resist whatever is happening here because you touched the sacred water.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you do what you set out to do, and the threat doesn't come to bear. Yeah, you just fill up water skin full of sacred water. Nothing happens.
Sneakily.
And I don't think the druids like react immediately either. Like, I think the elf huntress is just staring at you like in horror. Like, what did you just do?
Okay, so in the context of that, if I saw him do that, I'm like, can we touch the water? And then we're like having this conversation. I'm like, interesting.
So, Ariel, would you like to roll spout lore for me? I think like you seeing this sacred pool reminds you of something, and you might have a thought about it.
Spout lore?
Yeah, spout lore.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll roll it.
Do it.
9.
Okay. Yeah, so you remember your old master had a similar pool in his like tower. He had like it was like a scrying pool for him, right? Like, but this pool just reminds you of that. You're just like, I think it's the same thing. Like,
Wait, you said a scrying pool?
Yeah, so the druids.
What's that?
So basically, like, your master would use it to like see other places that like with clairvoyance, right? Like, yeah.
Like, ooh.
Scrying is basically just crystal ball usage.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
I understand.
what is going on
I've
in
never
this
heard that word
place?
before.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And so yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, interesting.
Noted.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the elf huntress is just staring at you in horror. How does everybody react in the immediate?
I'm gonna watch.
Izari's just kind of like not really caring about what they're doing. She's just kind of tapping her foot, waiting, because like she just wants to get this like job done.
So Sybil, yeah, I think you know. I mean, from anything you know about the sacred pool, like only druids are supposed to touch this. Like you don't remember if it does anything magical or whatever when someone doesn't, but like he's tainted it forever by touching. Like it's really bad that he just touched that. Like they would probably have to do some sort of really complicated cleansing ritual to like make it the same again.
You just solved the problem.
So I'm like, so now can I touch it?
I think yeah, the huntress like realizes that like she kind of comes back to herself and looks at you and says, I think I'm supposed to kill you now.
Oh no.
And the druids are still meditating. Yeah.
I mean, Izari takes out her axe because she's like, if you're gonna attack me, I'm gonna attack you.
Hold on, wait. Do you have to kill all of us or just him? Because we didn't do
Good
anything
question.
wrong. It was him that touched me.
So do you want to convince her to like just attack him?
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, roll defy danger, I think, with charisma. Right, you're trying the danger being like her attacking you instead.
Does Sybil
Okay.
know? So
Oh yeah.
she knows that he tainted it.
Yeah.
So but does she know that about the like they would have to do something to like a cleansing type thing.
Sybil
So
does, yeah. Sybil.
So shouldn't Sybil like interject, trying to like get everyone so like someone can try to get someone else, not her, because she doesn't like to talk to people,
Right.
but to say like, well, I know that this is a thing that can happen, so somebody else try to convince them that this can be done instead, as opposed to just fighting.
So you're saying like you would have wanted to say that before Ariel
Yeah.
tried to convince her to attack instead. So yeah, I think like right, like Sybil mentions like, wait, no, I mean like they can do the cleansing ritual, right? Like, and the huntress is just like, I guess, but I think, I mean, he's not a druid. And yeah, Ariel, if you wanted to still just convince her to do
Well,
that.
I mean, so I think the way, so I did roll it. I got an 8.
Mhm.
So it says like, but I think the way it comes out, it says, it's more like, well, can you just kill him? It's like, whoa, wait, can't you just like kill him?
Come on. Yeah, and I think like, yeah, I'm gonna offer you an ugly choice here. So you can convince her to attack him instead. But that will probably set in a chain of events in motion that will probably lead to the druids like coming out of their meditation and maybe attacking all of you. Like, who knows what will happen? Probably something bad after that. But or you can be like, no, you shouldn't attack him, and hey, we can like talk this out. Don't attack anyone yet, and the druids won't come out of their meditation.
One of those sounds a lot nicer.
It's totally
I
up to
mean,
you.
one certainly sounds a lot nicer. One certainly sounds more like what my character would do. I mean, I
Totally up
don't.
to you.
I kind of wish I would have rolled this with intelligence, to be honest, because I think this is more quick thinking than it is charisma. But that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be really graceful.
Okay, well, what's your bonus to charisma or intelligence?
0 and a 2 in intelligence, so that would have gotten me a success.
Okay, I think that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's what you were doing. That makes more sense. So yeah, we can say you got a full success, so you can just convince her to attack.
I'm just like, we didn't do anything wrong. Kill this guy, not us.
Okay, yeah, that's what she attempts to do. She just pulls her bow and tries to shoot you in the face. So Anna,
Is what Sybil says heard? Like, do people?
everybody hears it.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows,
No one
but
has to
Ariel
die.
still just is like, yeah, attack him, and she
I
does.
mean, do you want to die?
I'm sorry, shoots a very mad
Do you
glance at Ariel.
Do you want to die? Like, I just saved your life. You're welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome? So
Oh my gosh.
Hey, beast! Fetch person.
so Anna, would you like to roll Defy Danger plus your probably like dexterity? You're probably like trying to dodge out of the way. It's up to you how you're doing this, but like,
Sure, I can roll plus dex.
yeah. So you're trying to not be shot in the face, right?
Can I use command to wait? Hang on, no, it's attack. Parlay interferes. No, that doesn't. That doesn't work because beast only has.
Can we do anything to
Ferocious.
like interfere with the attack?
Oh, you could do so. Yeah, you can certainly do that. Sorry.
So, can I get an ob to roll against then? Do I need to wait till?
No, so it's always the same. Right. So it's
right.
it's
right.
Apocalypse World.
Dungeon
So it's
World.
yeah. Yeah. So I think just go ahead and roll, and there's other things that obviously you can do with Beast after the fact, but it looks like this roll particularly does not help you. But yeah, so just go ahead and roll that. Oh, you did. Let's see. 8. Yeah. So if Azari, if you want to try to roll aid to make sure he actually succeeds on that, that's the thing you can do.
Yeah.
So
Where
you're
is
gonna.
that?
It is one of your moves, aid and interfere, and you're gonna roll plus your bonds,
see it.
the amount of bonds you have with Anna. So
Which is 0.
0. So you're just gonna roll aid or interfere. Add 0. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there
Ooh,
you go. It doesn't even matter. Okay.
Solid.
Looks like he only takes +1 though, so someone else will have to roll this and succeed if. Or actually, yeah, no, you would have to be give me a +1 here. So yeah, does anyone else try to help Anna?
Nope.
I know you don't. Sybil, try to help.
I'd imagine Izari tries to help. She probably would.
Right, and this isn't you like attacking the huntress, right? This is you just like
Just
trying
you
to
defending
not.
him.
Yeah, not.
Because she's like for conversation, though she doesn't
Right.
want to.
Nobody
do it.
needs to shoot
But, like-
anyone right now. Please stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll aid plus your bonds with Anna, which is also 0. Yeah.
And is it with anything or is it just?
Nope. Just aid. Yeah. Just straight. Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay. So I think what happens is you probably because you failed. I'm gonna narrate this. I think Sybil probably tries to like step in front of Anna, right? Like to try to like because what happens, right? No, well, yeah. So what happens basically is it's in some way you try to like stop her, right, from shooting, and you end up getting in the line of fire, right? So I think what happens because you failed, you succeed with a choice. So Anna, you can choose to take the damage for her, or not take any damage at all, but you're trying to get shot instead.
So does my character not do anything with that roll that I got?
Right. So this is you like attempting to you helped him, but unfortunately just not enough to actually make it a success. So
okay. So like
you're in the situation like probably saying like stop, what are you doing? Like
okay.
But,
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that she just tries to like stylishly just hold up her axe to like block the arrow, and it just doesn't work.
You miss, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anna, it's up to you. What you wanna?
So I could take the damage, or what was the other option?
Or let Sybil take the damage for you.
A druid shooting another druid could help us negotiate. Just saying.
To be honest, druid blood in a pool would defile it more than, oops, doomsday prepper fingers. Maybe. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't know
if
about
Sybil
that.
bleeds into this pool, something really bad might happen.
Like the end?
Yeah, like the end.
Hi, Connor. Are you prepared
Hello,
for the
Connor.
end?
Josh is actually here prepared for the end. Are you prepared for the end? Go ahead, do your thing. I'll mute it. It's not plugged in. You have to find it down there and plug it in. But yeah. So, what do you choose, Anna?
I mean,
You-
I think Anna's just gonna shove her out of the way, be like, no, this is my bullet to take, kind of.
Right. Sure.
No, actually, you know what it is?
Throws her
that-
into the pool.
She like gets in the way. There's a bit of a scuffle, and now in Anna's mind, Sybil's the one in danger, so I'm going to save you, kind of a move, and he shoves her out of the way, like, no.
Sybil's not as prepared for the end, so it's yeah.
But also the friend of nature.
Well, it's because Sybil's a friend of nature, and I'm Sybil's friend, therefore,
Yeah.
so I must protect her. The fact that
Makes
I'm
sense.
protecting her from a druid after sticking my dirty water skin into a sacred druid pool
Yeah.
doesn't really matter to me.
Yep. Connor loves you all. Cool. So
But is he prepared?
I don't think so.
He's not prepared for the end.
No, I don't think so. No,
He will be slaughtered.
probably. Yeah. So I think you take whatever this amount of damage is. 2 damage.
that's not
okay,
bad.
that's not that bad. Yeah, you take 2 damage as you get like nicked with this arrow. Yeah. I mean,
This arrow is rusty. You are not prepared for the end.
yeah, I think the huntress is just really embarrassed. She's just like, that was supposed to be a cool kill shot. I don't know what I'm doing right now. And I mean, what do
I
you guys
see
do?
in your eyes the compassion. You do not wish to kill me. You wish to come with me, and together we can prepare for the end.
That sounds like a parlay to me.
And to me.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and roll that. Okay. So they ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise, but they need your concrete assurance of your promise right now. Well, how are you going to provide her concrete assurance that you will do what you just said? Because she does want to prepare for the end. You're right. Like she cares more about that than anything. But she needs some concrete assurance of that.
Concrete assurance.
Because, right, it's conflicting between, like, she has to do her job, and that's, like, protect the sacred pool and the druids, and you've just, like, tainted it, and she's conflicted. But she does honestly care more about, like, her weird dream visions, and I think you get a sense that, like, the druids probably aren't in on the weird dream vision thing that she had. But she certainly is interested in that.
Mm-hmm. He could hand her the water skin. Which is kind of...
Okay.
I mean, he's gathering sacred water to be prepared, right? And if she's caught with the water skin, she'll be in trouble, right?
Uh-huh. So you just put it in her hand?
I don't know that that's the right answer, though.
It's certainly
Give her
a
your
answer.
cat.
Well,
I cannot give up Beast. Beast won't leave me alone. Stupid Beast. He follows me. I do not keep him myself.
yeah, the question is, right, like, what else do you have to give her concrete assurance?
I think I have a rabbit spleen. No, I ate that last week. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I have.
I think you might just shove the flask in her hands. I think that's kind of what you do. And this is honestly more blackmail than anything, right? You're like, oh, now you've touched the sacred water. I guess we should both leave. Right?
That's like awful, and I like it.
So you just hand her this, and she involuntarily like takes it, right? Like, also, how do you hand her it?
He's right because she's an
You
elf,
can
right?
just, like,
She's fairly tall,
splash it
right?
on her.
Yeah.
He's taller, but they're like looking into each other's eyes, and it's this moment, and he goes to hand her something, and she takes it like, okay, and then
She looks down.
looks down and realizes
and she
what
says,
it was that he gave her.
What did you just do? What did you just do? I can't. No. I'm not a druid. I can't.
She's not a druid?
No.
What?
She's a ranger, probably.
He's a huntsman ranger sort of
she's a
person
huntress.
helping the druid, working for the druids.
She just stares in horror at her hand and you.
Not sure exactly what he would say here, other than something stupid like, now we'll see how prepared you are. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't really want to get into a fight with the druids themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this gets really messy, then we'll have accomplished our job. But I want to walk out with more than, 0 HP.
Yeah, fair.
And also more than 0 GP. I mean, I think he says something to the effect of, "You're one of us now."
And she says, "But I don't wanna." No, what did you?
You must be prepared for everything.
I have to leave now. I can't. They told me that if I ever touched the sacred water, that I would be outcast. What have you done? You've ruined my life.
Is she the only one
Spoon
there
lady.
who like knows about this whole situation?
Yeah, I mean the druids are all meditating, and they're still meditating, and there's no one else around.
They have their
So,
eyes
like-
closed, yes? They could not see. If you were prepared, you would put that somewhere safe. And then they would never see.
You're right.
And you could save it for the end and be safe here.
You're right. If they don't know, they're still meditating. If they don't know, then I think she just kind of like reaches in her bag and just like shoves the flask in there and just ties it up. And she's just like, we are not talking about this.
Of course. Secrets are important when preparing for the end.
Yeah. So, why did you come here again?
I think he looks down at the halfling. The short one has a job, and we are helping her.
She looks back at him, well, up at him, and she's like, "It's your job too."
I have one job, to be ready when the end comes. Everything else is but dandruff on the beast.
That's an interesting saying.
That is yep. Interesting metaphor you have there.
Beast promptly plops himself down and starts cleaning his legs.
Yep.
Yeah, Izari just says to the elf, like, we've been told that there's an issue between the druids and the logging town, that there's some tension.
Yes. Oh, okay. So you weren't just here because of the dream vision thing?
She like shakes her head. No.
No,
Sorry.
that's just a crazy thing.
Oh. Okay. Well, yes, the loggers have, well, they're destroying the forest, and they're coming far too near to the sacred pool. It's important that it remains here, and remains untainted.
And Izari just says, well, that's kind of out the window now, isn't it?
I guess.
Like, is there any point anymore?
Well, they can, as your friend mentioned, they can do a cleansing ritual on it. It's not the end. But
So when are they gonna wake up?
I can call them back if you wish. If you want to have a conversation with them about this, but I don't think you'll be able to convince them to leave.
Worth a shot.
All right. And no one's
Is
going to
there,
mention
like-
the water, right?
No.
Yeah, Zoe.
But is there like we never actually decided like what the payment was?
Nope.
Which means like is there a chance that the druids would offer something like better? So like we should try to
Yeah.
like persuade because we don't know what it is, and that guy seems like he didn't really
Yeah, you
like-
go kill all the loggers.
yeah, like we could I'm just saying we could just switch sides because
Their whole
I
town is
think
wood
this
instead
will
of
look better
fire.
with the other
It's true,
side.
you can just burn it all to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Play both sides.
So, Sybil, are you suggesting this audibly?
I'd probably tell. Oh shoot. Okay.
Sorry.
So
You're like grumbling
I'd
about
probably
it.
tell her because I don't think we'd want like the ranger to know, like the
Right, so you just let me pull Azari aside and have this conversation with her.
Except that if I tell only Azari, she's probably not gonna talk to anybody either. So we kind of need someone who's going to do all the talking.
I'll try.
But it might not be very successful.
I mean, I feel like Ariel might be conducive to switching sides here.
Yeah, she gets better payment, maybe.
Yeah, right? Like that's yeah.
Yeah, like we should. So I guess, like how is
So you just leave Anna to like talk to the huntress and just like have a girl huddle over to the side.
basically. So to which I'll probably say like, well, we didn't know.
So who else is kind of disappointed that he didn't die?
Izari
Now that's
glares at her
hurtful.
like glares at her
I'm
and
just
and
kidding.
kind of
I'm just kidding.
But seriously though.
Yeah, no, she glares at her because she doesn't like realize that it's like a joke. She thinks it's serious, and she's like,
Kind of was serious, but
yeah, and she's like, "How dare you endanger one of your fellow soldiers like that?"
Not a soldier.
Can't tell me what to
preppers.
do, Commander.
Not even a friend.
Oof.
So anyway, kind of like.
But anyways,
The
what were you
reason I
saying,
was huddling over
Sybil?
here.
You're probably wondering why I called you here.
You suddenly Sybil has Beast in her hands and just is petting the cat
So
on the eve
I'd
of my
probably,
daughter's wedding. Keep going. Sorry.
So she'd say like, well, we didn't actually. So there's a couple things that could happen here. I prefer for no death or fighting or anything, because no. But so she'd probably say like, well, the logger that we talked to didn't really like give us any sort of payment, and didn't seem very keen on anything we would want. So we should probably try this. We could probably just like switch sides here. We don't really like. I'd prefer definitely to be on the side of the druids, obviously. So
So you're suggesting we switch sides and have the druids pay us to fight off the loggers?
exactly.
That is
And since
a
we're away
wonderful
from
idea.
since we're away from the loggers right now, we can still pretend to be on their side. So that could be like why they would want to like pay us. Like we have something to help you. Like is the fact that they
Right.
trust us.
We could totally go to the loggers too, like demand payment, say we succeeded,
And then just
then
burn
burn
them
down
all. Wow.
I like it.
Azori's kind of skeptical because like switching sides isn't really a thing she's ever done.
Oh yeah, you're
But-
basically your Sybil's asking you to go AWOL.
Yeah. But I think she thinks it's a more like it's a better plan than what they have because they don't really have anything to go off of here. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that what you guys decide then?
Yeah, so I guess we're deciding that like
I totally have an idea of what I want to do.
okay,
I'm so excited. Okay,
basically that idea is gonna happen.
Awesome.
sounds good.
Okay, so I
Okay.
guess the huntress wakes up the druids then, so you can have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they kind of like shake their heads and come out of the like meditation they're in, and they look up and they say, "Ah, it seems we have guests." In unison, creepily.
I want to go up to one of them, touch them, and cast telepathy.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll cast a spell. Let's see how well this goes.
Okay.
No, if this goes bad.
Yikes.
Oh yeah,
Nope. Or yes, I don't know why
Yes.
I said nope.
it's a 13.
I honestly, I don't know why I said that word.
You said nope because you, as the GM, are playing the other side of the conflict. Your perspective is
Fair.
from the other side of the conflict, and you're just being in trouble.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So there you go. You do it. So you form a telepathic bond with a single person you touch, enabling you to converse with that person through your thoughts. Cool.
So I want to go up to one of the druids and like, I want to go to like one of the elf ones.
Okay.
And say like sister, brother, you know, like because I'm an elf too.
Right.
So try to be cool with them.
Okay. So
Touch
question. Where was Ariel part of the Plains Elves tribes, or was she like
That's a great question.
right? Like, or is she from like a town?
She's probably
'Cause-
from a town.
Okay, so you're an elf, but like you don't really live among elves.
No.
Okay.
No. But
Sounds good.
I'm just trying to play on that fact.
Yeah, of course. I was just curious. Yeah.
So
So you do that, and it's honestly like really weird at first. It's like you hear four different jumbles of thoughts, and you realize that they all four have a telepathic bond with each other already.
Oh my gosh.
And so you've just entered like a linked hive mind thing,
That's
and you have a
amazing.
weird like sense of like self-lost. You suddenly feel as if you're sensing things from all four of these people and yourself, and yeah, you've entered a collective.
Ooh.
Really
Okay.
freaky.
So I'm talking to all four of them at once.
Yeah.
Cool. 4 for the price of 1.
Hmm.
I just go, listen, I'm going to be real straight with you here. We know that the loggers have been coming and attacking your villages.
Well, yes, it has been obvious. The scar on our land is hideous.
Yes, it is quite hideous. I agree. And we want to help your
I think the moment she says hideous, I think
Well, so this is
Oh
in...
no, this all happened.
the camera quick cuts.
Oh,
to,
okay, sure.
Anna,
You're right.
who's like scratching, who's like picking his nose or something.
Right. On the word
It is
hideous.
quite
Yeah,
hideous.
sure. Of course.
But we wanna help in some way.
How can you help us?
We can help get rid of some people. Make them go away, maybe.
Are you offering to rid the land of the scourge that is humans?
A logger town. We'll just start with that.
That is a noble beginning to the conquest.
So you just don't like humans in general?
So none of these druids in this area are humans?
No, so there are 2 of them that are humans. Remember I said
Oh.
there's 2 elves and 2 humans.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I'm like,
Right, and so I think maybe they don't say the word humans. They probably say like whatever kingdom these guys are technically from, right? Like it's like that specific group of humans.
Hmm.
That's kind of what I meant. Yeah, so they say like the great forest will eventually reclaim all.
well, do you want some help along the way?
Yeah, I think that's a parlay. Right? You're trying to do like leverage, right? They're like, hey, we can help you, you can help us.
The problem is I'm not done yet.
Okay, continue.
I want to gain their trust.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So continuing the conversation, they say, that sounds like a beneficial arrangement. What specifically would you do?
Whatever you ask us to do. It just depends on how much you'd be willing to,
You desire payment. We can sense your greed.
greed, need for
Compensation.
compensation. Yeah, that's probably good. You call it what you want.
We will. We call it greed.
That's fine. Call it greed then. It's fine with me. Doesn't matter to me either way, as long as I get it.
We have never linked to one with a mind such as yours. You have interesting desires.
I sure do, but I never lie. I always tell the truth.
That was a lie.
It is not a lie.
No, that was very much a lie.
I want you to be able to trust me and my word. Look inside your hunter's pack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
Oh
Oh, if you do that.
Why would you
And see
do
if
this?
you trust me after that.
Yeah.
I think you've just killed an innocent person.
They said
no! Just killed an NPC!
okay, so they say
Or at
what
least
will we
exiled.
find there?
Something very sacred to you, I think.
Would you do the honors?
Of course.
Thank you.
So I want to go over to the hunter,
Okay.
and I want to rip off her backpack and like shove it and like throw it to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could do that, right? Like she's not expecting that, so you can just kind of do it, and yeah. And so the like one of the druids catches it, and then like unties it and opens it up, pulls out the flask, and then they look in unison at the huntress.
Creepy.
And the huntress literally is just like pale and just like, I'm literally dead. I'm gonna die here. Does anyone do anything in this incredibly awkward, tense moment? Does no one defend her? In any
Better
way?
I
not.
mean, I don't know if Izari can tell that like she's in danger, but like she's never been in this kind of like weird like she's always just fought like because it's like it's war, you fight. But like she's never been in like a complicated situation where like you have to deal with people's like emotions and like like personal
You've always had the
lives.
Nuremberg defense before. Yeah.
The
So
Nuremberg.
she's just like kind of frozen. She doesn't know what to do. She's just kind of watching to see like when she needs to pull out her axe and throw it. Because then she'll know what to do.
Right. So I think the druids in unison say to the huntress, "What have you done?" And yeah, the huntress is just like sputtering and like, I promise I didn't. I don't know what. I'm sorry. And yeah, I think one of them just snaps their fingers and she's just incinerated instantly, like in
my.
flames, just like
Dope.
she dies.
Oh, I liked her.
I didn't.
You never even got her name, and she's dead now.
That was an abrupt end.
Yeah.
She was not.
She was not prepared.
Does Ariel say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for
Oh yeah,
dramatic.
no, of course, yeah. Yeah. So I think the druids look back at you, Ariel, and out loud so everybody can hear them. They say, "Thank you for doing this for us," and then go ahead and make a roll to gain their trust.
Okay.
This I think it's just a parlay, likely.
Okay. Yeah, I think
but
so,
Yeah,
probably.
this.
Okay.
I think you get a +1 for sure for
Okay.
that whole
Cool.
situation.
I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get. What? So would that be charisma?
Yeah, you just click on it and automatically roll charisma for parlay.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
I'm rolling so good. I'm so happy.
Yeah, so they just nod and say, "You have gained our trust. Please, as we have done to our intrepid as we have done to our lost huntress, do to the town."
Sounds good. And you'll compensate me?
What do you desire?
I like turn to them and I'm like,
I don't know, what do we desire?
what do I want? I mean, if I'm being honest, I want power is what my character wants.
I know.
So it's like money, not so much.
So I mean, I think they sense that because of your telepathic bond, and so they, I think they say, "What if we give you each a boon according to your specific desires? Is this a agreeable arrangement?"
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Like
I
some
would
sort
love a boom.
of some sort of magical like blessing, basically.
Okay. Izari is very suspicious of it because she's not one for magic because she likes to just do things with her axe.
Right.
Well,
Well, so yes, I think she says
she doesn't like maybe honestly she might not even know what that is, so she's just like okay,
"Oh yeah, sure." Weird.
because she cares just more about like having a job to do than like getting anything from it.
Right,
So
yeah. Yeah, so I think they probably say like, "Ask and it will be granted. What do you desire?" Each person state what you want. Is
I
this
say
kind of like meant to
power.
be open-ended? Yeah.
I say power,
Oh.
but through the mind.
Through the
I don't tell
telepathic.
them.
Yeah.
Anna wants a boom.
You desire destruction.
No.
You wish to bring the end.
No.
Then what do you mean by boom?
You offered it. I want it.
Do you know what that is?
No, but it's good, yes?
Yes.
Hold on, did you say boom or boon?
So boon is what they said. Anna said boom with an M.
Right. So I like say a boon.
Bless you.
I mean, that is kind of what it is.
Right.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yes, that thing.
I'm like, yes, but no.
Yeah, they say
Anna does not have troubles with sneezes. Anna
we will
never
give you
sneezes,
we will give
as
you
he
a
is prepared.
we will give you a magical blessing, huntsman. What do you desire?
To be prepared.
You will be prepared. Fellow sister, druid, what do you desire?
I can't imagine that she desire anything because she just wants to help out. Right? Like she's on their side. She cares about what they care about. Like she doesn't
Right. So I think what
need
they
any
say
play.
is, would you like to join the Becanna Edune?
Shoot.
Oh, I'm blushing. Yeah, basically what happened is you're let's say you're a Backstreet Boys fan. They just offer for you to join the band.
Is she? But am I like a fan of that sort of thing? Like, what does it mean? Because isn't she more of like a like not specifically grouped with anybody? She's kind of just like doing her own thing.
I mean, yeah, it's up to you, right? Like, you can have whatever like specific thoughts on it that you want. You know that they are tasked with guarding this sacred pool, and it's an honor among druids. And I mean, they're much more in tune with nature. They've gone further down the path of enlightenment, as it were. And you get to join this cool like collective hive mind where like everybody's cool and stuff, and you get more magic powers and whatnot. But if that's not your jam,
I think. How much does she know about this? Because she's like not
just what I've told you.
Yeah. So, because like, can she ask like, does this mean that like I can't, like, am I stuck here like in this exact grove? Like, do I have to stay here or can I?
Stuck is a negative word.
So yes.
No, and so they say the more positive connotation to this state is 1, sheltered, among friends.
Oh, but do I get to like leave my friends for a bit?
I think they say the Becanna Edune or the Becanna Edune are not for you. It's obvious to us you don't want to join our hive mind.
Yeah. She just like I think she
What do you
just
want,
wants
child?
like I think she just wants like not to she doesn't want to like join, but she doesn't want to be like she wants to be kind of like acquaintances, kind of like with
Like
the whole
ally?
So they like yeah, like
Right.
so she
We
have
will
to-
give you some of
yeah.
our knowledge if you desire it.
Yeah, that
Cool. Yeah. Get further connected. Get some good what's it called? Good references for the next job that you try to take among the druids.
yeah.
No. You can intern with them. Okay. And then they look at Isari. What do you want, little one?
Oh, I have no idea what she wants. Because like she wouldn't respond in a way that's like, yes, give me magic.
And it's the thing, right? You can say like, give me money through magic, right? You can say, give me something material from magic.
She wouldn't though. Okay, I think she's like holding her axe in her hand.
Mhm.
And I think I kind of just gave her more of a backstory in my head. So I'm gonna
I love those
she's
moments.
gonna say, yeah, she's just like staring at her axe and she's like, I want vengeance.
Uh-huh.
But she kind of like says it like very quickly, like to try to like brush it under the rug. But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so you should private message me what that means for her. And we can figure that out. So yeah, I think like they say if you burn the scar to the ground, if you cleanse the land with holy fire, you will get your boons.
Done.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honorableness.
Honorableness. Yeah.
Sirs is.
Yeah.
Well, there's men and women.
Right.
So.
Men and women and androgynous old people.
And I think on that note, let's go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back and find out what happens when you burn the town down. We'll see what that looks like. We'll be right back with more Dungeon World right after this. Stick around.